It's Pete back with another episode of Beer with Pete. So I'm getting nice and comfy here with my beer, my San Mig Pale Pilsen. So I've got my S&B here. This is what I usually drink, this S&B. Actually, I've been buying Chang beer from, I'll just move forward a little bit. I've been buying Chang beer from the SNR in Pampanga and or Angeles City. The Chang beer is really good, and I really enjoyed those Changs. But at the moment, the last time I went to Pampanga, I actually went to SNR to buy the Changs, a case of Chang beer. But what actually happened is there was like these signs saying that there's this liquor ban. Now, I haven't been there in probably 2 weeks, but 2 weeks ago when I went to Pampanga, they did have the liquor ban. So back to drinking S&Bs. Oh my God, I've got this little cat below, and this little stray cat comes to our house for food. You can't really see her, but she's named Mimi. And Mimi really annoys me because I am not a cat person. I am a dog person, but my son, my baby Pete, he loves cats. He loves Mimi. So, I let Mimi hang out here. She's really annoying. Like, she just went to bite me. She just bites me all the time. So, really not a cat person. I prefer dogs. But yeah, there she is. She's trying to nibble on my foot. Anyway, I want to talk about, what's going on with my life, because you probably noticed in the last, couple of weeks, I haven't really been vlogging a lot. What is going on there? What's wrong, dog? Shh. And there's a dog in the background. I might need to move. So I've got this new neighbor next door, and they've got dogs, and yeah, they bark a lot. Shh. Sorry about that. Yeah, really frustrating with the dogs barking sometimes. So I haven't really been out here, doing live streams or videos out here because of the dogs and that sort of thing. Sorry about the noise. Have you ever had a bad day, like a super bad day, where absolutely everything goes wrong? Yes, I think the dog is barking at the cat, little Mimi. I actually tried to shoo Mimi off earlier before the live stream, but she keeps coming back. Anyway, talking about my bad day, it's just like a string of things, like everything went bad today. So the first thing is I went to go out to site this week, and actually what happened, because we're building the house out in Pundakit, what happened was the engine light on my car, on the Forester, the family car, actually came on. So I was like, uh-oh, the engine light is on. So trying to get the car fixed, I went to 2 mechanics here on the base in SBMA, and both mechanics said, oh, we can't help you, we don't understand Subaru. And I would recommend that anyone moving to the Philippines, if you are purchasing a car, don't buy Subaru, because it will be extremely difficult to actually find someone who can repair it. That's a big challenge here. So most people you'll find in the Philippines, buy Toyota, and they buy Toyota because there's a lot of Toyota stores and they know how to fix Toyotas very well here in the Philippines. And look, Subaru, apparently they just can't fix it. So I went to 2 different mechanics, they can't fix it. And I'm like, why can't you fix it? They don't have a scanning tool. And I'm like, why don't you have a scanning tool? You are a mechanic. You'd think a mechanic would be able to, scan for certain problems and fix the issue. But no, unfortunately not. The other thing that went bad for me, actually, I was dealing a lot in Earth 2 tiles, so Earth 2 tiles and blocks and this sort of thing. And a lot of people in the comment section said, hey, don't invest in that, invest in crypto. So I tried crypto most recently. Get this. Finally, I got involved in crypto, and that's a story in itself, really. In the Philippines, as a Philippine resident, you can't get on any of the major crypto providers like Binance, you know, Coinbase, all of the big ones. So I spent about 2 weeks actually signing up for different websites, and they would not allow me to fund. How's that? If you registered in the US and you moved to the Philippines, then you would still have an active account and be able to use it. But I didn't have an American address or an Australian address because I live here in the Philippines. Long story short, I went through about 8 different providers and 2 weeks of uploading documents and trying to talk to customer service, and it was all too hard. Finally, I found out in the Philippines there are 2 main providers. The first provider is what is it, coins.ph, and I looked at coins.ph, but it's extremely limited as to what you get and what you can buy. So you're limited with the cryptos that you can buy, and it was not very good. The second one actually that has been really good, and I was able to deposit and actually buy crypto, was it's by the name of Abra, the Abra app. So there's no website, it's just an app on your phone, and you just buy and sell coins. Doggy to the moon, yes, and the major cryptocurrency that I did purchase was Doggy. Unfortunately for me, very unfortunately, I bought at the very top. Yep, I bought at the, everything was moving, it looked like crypto was going up, 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 and I bought at the top, and I was like, okay, cool, let's get involved, let's do this. But unfortunately, when I bought, it like halved. So I bought like Bitcoin, for example. I bought a little bit of Bitcoin. I bought Doggy Coin. I bought Cardano and this sort of thing. And it literally crashed. I bought here, and then like within the hour, it crashed. So I was like, how unlucky am I to get involved in crypto? Now I've been hell bent on, actually trying crypto and giving it a go. And what happened was I was like, okay, what do I do? Initially, I put in about $500 at the top, and I was in these forums, and these forums said, buy the dip, buy the dip. So what I kept having to do is rush down to the 7-Eleven, top up my account via Click, and you can actually top up your account via Click, and then I was trying my best to buy the dip. The problem being here in the Philippines with Abra, right, for example, and let me have some of this beer. Problem being is I knew it was a good deal, and I wanted to buy, and I kept wanting to buy that dip. But when you use Click to fund your account, it takes 1, 2, maybe 3 days to actually reach your account. There are options to fund directly, and I tried to fund like directly and instantly, and they have these instant providers, right? So we went to like 4 different shops, and none of them, and they're like pawn shops here, none of them had the tool or whatever to actually do it. So I said, why are you listed, even listed with Abra if we can't fund through you? So I was really frustrated with that. So I had to use 7-Eleven. Anyway, I did buy the dip, not, the very bottom, and I was trying so hard, and I was so close to getting it, but unfortunately it took a day longer to get my funds, and I did buy in the dip. I bought Doggy around about, I think it's about 35 cents US cents. So 35 cents is what I paid for Doggy. So it wasn't that bad, but it did go to like 25 cents. And I did buy Cardano, and the other one was VE Chain. So I bought VE Chain, and I kept trying to buy that dip. So it just kept dropping. I bought here, it dropped, I bought here, it dropped, and I bought here, and then it dropped again. So I haven't had a great experience with crypto, not at all. So it's been a rough couple of weeks, to be honest. And today it was just all compounded. It all, I had a terrible day. I had an awful day. So I hope your day was better than mine, because mine was not great at all. So another thing, we went to today, the Eclipse. We went to watch the Eclipse, which was about half an hour ago, and we did see a bit of the Eclipse, and that was cool. But unfortunately, we went down there and we had the baby, and they're like, "Oh, you're not allowed to have a baby." I'm like, "Well, come on, man! It's a baby. We're just watching the Eclipse." No, so we had to keep the baby in the car. So I'm kind of sitting by myself trying to watch this eclipse. You could only just see it very faintly. It wasn't, you know, a great display, but anyway. So yeah, I'm drinking beer. I need a beer. I've had a rough day. Work's been getting to me a bit. Just, I don't know what it is. It's just, you know, things are harder. You know, just trying to make money is a lot harder than it used to be. Good news, I haven't done so well with crypto, but on my Earth 2 tiles, actually my balance is now around $30,000. So that is awesome. And now today there's been a huge announcement that Earth 2 is actually going to release phase 2 and resources within this week. So that's exciting, and I'm hoping I can start to cash out some of that money, because I'll be honest, I need that cash, because I've got this build. I've got the build going on, and I'll tell you what's going on with that. It's been good. It's definitely been good. I've been happy with that. The roof trusses, if you've been watching that video series, the roof trusses are almost done. We've almost finished the walls, and we're going pretty high up. We're going about 12 foot high. We're getting 12 foot high ceilings, so floor to ceiling height will be 12 foot high. So hopefully, you know, when I go down there this week, the walls will be totally finished and built up. Then we need to put in the lentil beams and you know, finish the job and get the roof on very soon. It looks like you know, probably the hottest, you know, summer I can remember. If you can see here, I am literally sweating. It is so damn hot. It's crazy. I do not remember, and I've lived here over 10 years in the Philippines, I think over 12 years now, and I do not remember a summer this hot. And I saw a little article, I forget what paper it was, but it was a newspaper here in the Philippines, and the article was saying that this is actually the hottest summer on record. It's just, I feel like I'm melting, and I think, you know, the heat is affecting me as well, because it's just been so damn hot. It's boiling. I'm melting. I'm literally melting. One day it got as high as 48 degrees. 48. I mean, that's insane. I don't remember it being so hot. I was down on site last week, and actually you could see the heat just coming off the sand. It was very, very hot. So, you know, the boys down at, you know, the site working very, very hard, you know, to build our home, you know, is great. But look, I want to say something as well about building. Oh my God, like, whew, if it was just me building myself, it would be a lot easier. But the thing is, you know, between me and my missus, she has an idea of what she wants for the build. I have an idea of what I want for the build, and there has been a lot of arguments in, you know, behind the scenes. So we've been arguing about, you know, should it look like this or should it look like that? And it's been, look, I think it will end up really good, but it's been a battle. It's been an absolute battle. Actually, one day Aryan went down there without me and decided to make changes and do certain things without me. But anyway, it is what it is. You know, happy wife, happy life. Oh man, I need this beer really. Whew. It's like, I think it's around almost 8 p.m, maybe 7:30, 8 p.m. now. I think it's 8 p.m. and it's still hot. Like you can see, I am absolutely sweating. It's really, really hot. So yeah, like, why the argument? Are you paying? You get what you want. Yeah, so it doesn't quite work like that, mate. Unfortunately, you know, when you have a partner and you have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, you know, we're building our dream house. So, you know, she wants things a certain way and this sort of thing. Like, for example, I'll give you a really good example, the laundry. And to be honest, this is her domain. I won't be spending a lot of time in the laundry. That's not for me. But in the laundry, we put the door on, I think it was this side, and we had to move it to the other side because she wasn't happy with it. And that meant we had to knock out the wall and redo it. So I was like, oh my God. Same thing in the bathroom. The bathroom I do agree with, the master bathroom. Actually, we built up the wall. She wasn't happy with it. We had to knock out the wall and move it back because she wanted a bigger bathroom. That one I do definitely agree with, because look, we wanted to get a bath into the master bedroom, And had we not done that, then we wouldn't have got the bath in. So look, one thing I agreed on, another thing I didn't. The other thing is we built these high ceilings, these 12-foot high ceilings. And this was the plan from the very beginning. And, you know, we spent a lot of time with the architect and this sort of thing, you know, talking about the plan and this sort of thing. And it was funny because, you know, we'd already built the wall up, well, almost built the wall up to 12 foot. I think by the time it got to about 10.5 foot, which was last week, you know, Aryan said to me, no, stop. I don't want the high ceilings, just stop at 10 foot. So we had a bit of an argument about that. I said, it's too late. We're not stopping at, you know, 12 foot. I don't want to deviate from the plan. So we're not stopping at 10 foot, sorry. We're going to go the whole 12 foot. On that one, I won. I had a win. I had a big win. The other thing too that's been very, very annoying here in the Philippines is this pandemic. This pandemic, we've had liquor bans. Like, I couldn't get my Chang beers. You know, this pandemic is driving me absolutely nuts. The other effect that it's had is just the prices for building materials have shot up through the roof. Had I known it was this bad, to be honest, I probably would not have built now. I would have just bought the land, sat on it for a few years for this whole thing to blow over. But like, for example, I'll give you a good example, and we did a vlog on this where we went to Pampanga because we couldn't find the toilets we wanted in Subic. So we went to Pampanga and, you know, we looked for toilets. And remember, there's two houses. So we're trying to buy like 10 toilets between the two houses. 5 toilets for me, you know, 4 toilets for Brian. I think it was 9, sorry, 9 toilets. And, you know, we're trying to get a discount. It was very hard to get a discount. Okay. Finally, I just accepted the fact that there's not going to be a discount. You're going to have to pay full price. And we spent hours, you know, I took like a day or two off just to go look at these toilets. And we actually sat on the toilets and we're like, that toilet's not comfortable. And then we found another toilet and we found the perfect toilet. So we all love this toilet. So Brian, Wilma, me, Aryan, we all love the toilet. We wanted the same toilet. So we're like, okay, we'll pay full price, whatever. We want this toilet. And the brand was Posey, the Posey brand from Wilkins. And finally, we go up to the store manager and say, oh, we want to buy the toilet. Give us the toilet. And he goes, oh, sorry, Po, out of stock. And I'm like, what? What do you mean you're out of stock? You know, Wilkins is a big brand here. You know, they have a big, like, showroom, you know, really nice stores. And we went to several Wilkins. And they actually looked for this toilet. And apparently they could not get this toilet whatsoever. And I said, okay, can we order the toilets, you know, from another store? Can we, you know, get an indent order? Can we do something like that? So we get the toilet in 2 weeks from now or something like that. But no. What they told us is because of the pandemic, they have limited supplies and limited stock, and that they're having issues actually getting, you know, those materials like toilets and things that are imported from overseas, and they can't get them. So I was like hysterical. We left the store. I was just like laughing. I was so angry, but I was laughing. I was just, you know, rolling in the back seat laughing because I was like, oh my God, you know, out of stock, Po. I can't believe, you know, in the whole country, we couldn't get this one toilet. They have it on display. They'll show it to you, right? They'll tease you with it, but you can't get it. And that's just one example. I'm just using the example of the toilet. And look, this toilet wasn't cheap. Like, one toilet unit cost $300 US, which, you know, for a similar unit in Australia, I'd probably pay $150 US, so half. And that's due to importation tax and this sort of thing. So, and even then, we couldn't get it. In the end, we went to CW Home Depot in Pampanga on a Monday, and they had a Monday Madness sale. The whole store had 10% off. Finally, I found a discount, but 10% isn't a lot, right? It's not a lot. And literally, this whole Home Depot, CW Home Depot, was empty. We were like the only people in the Home Depot at CW. And we did buy some toilets. Actually, they were around about 200 US, minus 10% was about 180 US. It wasn't the brand that I wanted. The brand name was cool. I've never heard of this name before, right? Never heard of it. The toilets look okay, and I just had enough because we spent like 2 or 3 days looking for sanitary wares, vanities, toilets, and this sort of thing. And I just accepted. I said, okay, let's buy that toilet. At least it was cheaper than the other toilet, but it didn't look as nice, and we're all disappointed. And it was like, okay, just accept what it is. Another thing is, okay, we're trying to on the lanai, on the balcony area, what we're trying to do, I'm just going to put my beer down for a bit, is we're trying to have, because there's typhoons here, we want to put on storm shutters. So we have storm shutters that will slide and close, and I want to have like, they're kind of like louvered, right? So you can actually enclose it, open up the louvers, and still get fresh air through there when you're sitting in the lanai area on the terrace. But the problem there, we found, is no one can actually do it. And I'm like, surely some kind of aluminium worker or something, someone that specializes in aluminium can make it. Most of these stores actually supply like, big malls or big projects, and they're just fixed, so they're just like panels and they don't move. But we actually want the shutters to move because we don't want to leave them open because of that rain. Okay, we want to close it so that way we have proper storm shutters that when the typhoon comes, we close it all up, louve it off, lock it up. It has a latch like this, and I was hoping to get a white like aluminium, and look like that Bahamas style house. If you've seen those houses like the white homes in the Bahamas, and they have there's a name for it, I can't remember the name for it, but it's kind of like it's usually made out of wood, and they're louvered and they can move. But I need aluminium because I need something that's going to be weatherproof and it's going to last for a long time. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to find that. Just things like that, it's a bit tricky. I am extremely lucky that I have a great team, and a lot of the stuff that we can buy locally, like concrete and block, we can get all that. That's not a problem. On the blocks, like the hollow blocks, it's not like in Australia you do bricklayer. If you're a bricklayer, right, you get a really nice brick, right? But here in the Philippines, if you've seen the bricks, they're like these hollow bricks, and they don't look great. And what you have to do, like when it's getting built, it doesn't look fantastic, and it kind of chips and it falls away. Like it's pretty poor quality. Is what I would say. It is what it is, unfortunately. But anyway, with these blocks, right, you got to block it all up, and then you got to render it all, right? So look, in the end, I'm sure it'll look fine. But just little things that I'm not used to with the build here in the Philippines versus my home country. Another thing, right, and this is really interesting, and I was really surprised with the guys when they were building, because the first thing I thought that they would do is build the slab, because in Australia we build the slab first and then we build up from there. We build the frame up from there. But it doesn't work like that in the Philippines. So what they're doing is they're building the walls, and then they're going to build the slab afterwards. So I was like, okay, that's just how it's done, and it's different. So, just accept that, whatever. That's fine. It's just, it's different. It's unusual to me, right? So, some things have been very, very stressful, for me in the last couple of weeks. I've just, and this is why I've really just taken some time off from doing a lot of videos. I haven't been doing daily videos, doing probably one a week. That's it at the moment. And I think for the next week, I'm going to start doing those videos again. I really have to. The other thing too, right, at the moment, and before I get into it, I'll just tell you about this, right? I'll tell you about this. When you come to the Philippines, you hear stories, right? You hear these stories about these guys, these expats that marry a Filipina. They find, the love of their life. And then what happens is their whole family moves in with them. And personally, it's hard living with your partner's family. It's really, really difficult. That hasn't happened for me, but what's happened due to this pandemic is, Aryan's siblings, her brother and sister, Jello and Ella, have moved in with us, right? So that's new to me. I love Jello and Ella very much, and I want them to be here. To be honest, I really want them to be here because this pandemic, their parents live in, Aryan's parents live in Cavite, and obviously with what's going on with COVID, it's really scary. And actually, Aryan just brought Ella and Jello up for, the weekend. You all right? It was her birthday, and I said, yeah, bring them up for the weekend. That'll be fun, right? And then at that time, Manila locked down. So even if we wanted to send them back to Manila, we couldn't. So Manila was locked down. We couldn't even send them back. So that was a bit of an issue, right? And I said to Aryan, I said, actually, you know what? Just have them stay here. And the reason I want them to stay here is things are so bad in Metro Manila right now. I just didn't want them to go back and potentially get sick, catch this COVID. And, the situation is a lot worse than what people realize. I've got a friend from Pundakit actually, and he, went out because he works offshore, and he went out to work offshore, and he can't get back into the country because the rules are changing all the time. The COVID started to get worse again, and the Philippines changed the rules, and he can't get back into the country. So he is literally stuck outside the country on an offshore rig. So our country, my country, Australia, and he's an Australian guy too, won't let him back in, and the Philippines won't let him back in either. So what he's having to do is just work longer on the rig, which, it's hard work. It's tough work, and working out offshore, you'd want to be having a break, month on, month off. But I think he's just, he's stuck there. So he's going to have to work there. And look, he'll end up making some coin, making some money. But he must be going stir crazy out there, and must be affecting him, severely. Another thing, talking about, the pandemic and the COVID and what's going on. I'm telling you, I reckon I know where most of these people are catching the COVID, because I have two friends who did the COVID test. Pardon me, one sec. Two friends who did the COVID test, okay? Negative, both negative. But then they went to leave the country, and before they left the country to do their job, right, they had to stay in a quarantine hotel, okay? Both of them caught COVID. Both of them, right? And I don't think they caught it out here in Subic. There is no way, absolutely no way. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, right? Both of them, it seems to me, where I think they caught it is inside the quarantine hotels. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe this COVID is getting in the air conditioning ducts or something, and then, they're getting sick in the quarantine hotel. So, this whole idea of doing this quarantine, actually, quarantine could make you sick. It could make you sick, like traveling and doing it. It's just, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What's the point? Anyway, let me finish this beer. I want another one. I'm going to have a bit of a rant. We're going to be talking a little bit, today for a while, actually, because I need to vent, right? More beer. I'll just let it out, fellas. I'm just like, me when I do a live, it's totally unscripted. I'm just, I need a beer. Hold on. Let's grab another one. All right, beer number two. Oh, there we go. Yeah, cheers. Awesome. All right, I'm feeling a bit better now, the other thing too, I went to buy something else today, and went to two stores, and out of stock post. So, I usually buy like a little snacky, and they don't have this snacky in the 7-Eleven. I was like, how do you not have this? Like, so a lot of supplies seem to be running out here, which is a bit worrisome. And it seems like it's compounded the problem because, with shipping and stuff at the moment, that's hard. And also, I think what's happening is, people are hungry. People need money at the moment. So what I'm hearing is, at the ports, people are having problems, even getting, bulk buying boxes through the mail. But in the ports, trying to get, things shipped from overseas, because I might have to ship my shutters from Guam or something like that. They're just not able to do it. So I think, one is the COVID, and two, I think, people are very hungry and might be out for this. I did hear from one of my mates, Bully, if you're there, mate, cheers. And he was saying the bulk buying boxes, he usually ships bulk buying boxes back from his home country. And, the box, he finally got it after 2 or 3 months, this box from his home country to the Philippines. And when it arrived here, they actually caught the box and said, we're not going to give it to you. We want you to pay tax on this. And the whole idea, if you know bulk buying boxes are tax free. There shouldn't be importation taxes. So they tried to sweat him and say, oh, we'll confiscate your, box if you do not pay this fee, right? And he said, no, absolutely not. He argued with them. It took, apparently, according to him, a few months of arguing with them. And finally, they just let it go and gave him the box. Okay, but, just some things that seem to be getting worse here, not better. It's, it's trying times here at the moment. And I'm just really, really keen to get out of this place. Even Subic, I love Subic, but Subic is, look, it's, has a lot of restrictions. I mean the base. Barretto's okay, bars are still open, things are still happening. Actually, there's some new bars that have opened, which is great, right? But SBMA is very, very strict, okay? Like, I can't take my kid anywhere. I can't go to the park, with my son. I can't, like, we went to watch the Eclipse today. I can't even watch the Eclipse with my son. We had to keep him in the car. So it's a bit annoying. Most of the time we just spend it at home, and, I'm finding now that I'm a dad, it's like, yeah, I'm just a homebody. It's a different lifestyle. Because look, honestly, previously, before having my baby boy, I used to go to the bars at least once or twice a week. I'd frequent the bars, I'd see my mates and this sort of thing. But now I feel guilty. I literally feel guilty that, to go to the bars. I still go sometimes, but it's been like every 2 to 3 weeks, if that. And I feel guilty because it's like, what happens if I go to the bars, there's lots of people in the bars, and I get this COVID and I bring it back home or whatever. So, I'm trying to stay home, but I'll be honest, I'm going stir crazy again. Going absolutely stir crazy. And I think it's that, this whole pandemic thing, and the heat. Like I said, it is very, very hot at the moment. Very warm, very warm. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. That was my rant. I'm going to answer some questions now. Sorry, I wasn't really reading, the comments earlier. So if you have a comment now, I'm going to spend the next few minutes just answering some questions and stuff like that. So if you have questions, ask them now, and I'll be answering a few questions, and then I'll talk a bit more. So I did see a few people comment. So if you want, just comment again, and I will answer those questions. And sip on this beer while I'm waiting for those questions. Joe, where are you based, buddy? You drinking an SMB, or you can't get SMB, mate? Are you stuck outside the country too? Sounds like you're wanting to get to the Philippines, mate. Unfortunately, it is. It is out of control at the moment. It's it doesn't seem like the Philippines is going to open up anytime soon, and it's a real worry. It's a real worry. Speaking to a friend in Taiwan as well, and apparently in Taiwan, they did really really well. They had like no COVID. They got on top of it, but apparently it's flared up again. Hello from Guam. Is there an email you are reachable at? I don't really check my emails so much because I use my work email. I do have an email, obviously, but the best way to get in contact with me is probably on Facebook. If you join the Philippine Expats group, so just search Philippine Expats group, go to the group, and then you'll see me in the group. Just click my link and just add me on Facebook. You can message me there. Yes, Asia is COVID fire, and I heard about this India COVID. Apparently, there's this new strain or something, this super COVID or whatever they're talking about. Apparently, it's really, really bad in India. Yeah, Kevin, hey, how you doing? Hey, mate, I miss you, and it's tough not to be in the bars. Yeah, I know, mate. Kevin, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, mate? Good to see you here, mate. And I've been meaning to catch up with you for some time, but like really, I've been trying to avoid the bars as much as I don't want to, just with, what's going on. This cat's bit me again. It's so annoying. I really like your videos. Thank you for making them. Thank you so much. I'm in Aussie and Japan working. I've heard that you say you visited Japan. Yeah, okay. I actually really, really love Japan. And originally when I moved to Asia, the first place I went to was Japan. So Japan really interests me. I really love it. The only thing I would say about Japan, for me, I like property investing. I feel that property in Japan, you need to be like a millionaire to be able to buy lots of property and then rent them out and, live on the income. So that's why, I kind of ventured out to places like Southeast Asia, Thailand and the Philippines. But originally my plan was to live in Japan. Yeah, that was my original plan. I really, really love Japan. And, honestly, if there was no COVID, I'd be taking a 2-week holiday there, every year. It is expensive. It is quite expensive, Japan. I really like snowboarding. That's my favorite thing to do in the entire world. My favorite sport is snowboarding. So I'm not real good at it because, it's an expensive sport to travel and to go there. I've only done it probably, 5 or 6 times in my life, but I love it. It's awesome. And I actually really like the cold weather. Believe it or not, I prefer cold weather over hot weather, right? I am not in the Philippines for the weather, right? I'm not. Definitely not. I really do prefer the cool temperature. What I love and what I'm excited about is, we've got, this house being built and we're going to be on the beach. So, the only time I like hot weather is when you can go down to the beach and swim. Yeah. Yeah, no worries, Andrew. Cheers, mate. So I'm doing this as well because a few people have said, I'd miss Beer with Pete. When are you bringing back the Beer with Pete special? What's going on? This sort of thing. Yeah. So we got, what have we got at the moment? Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. I have to answer that question. So Mr. Dober said, how's my condo in Pattaya? So I own a little kind of like small 1-bedroom condo in Centric Sea. Okay. And actually I was using that condo as kind of like a second home. Hey, Trevor, how you doing, buddy? Right. I was using that as a second home. Right. So literally, I would spend probably at least maybe 3 or 4 months. Not last year, but the year before, I think I spent about 4 months in Thailand, right? So that's supposed to be like our second home. And, I was going to be spending more time there in Thailand and kind of split my time between Thailand and the Philippines. At one stage, I was thinking about even moving to Thailand permanently and making that my base. If you've been a long-time viewer, you'll probably know why. At that time, it was a rocky time in my relationship with Aryan. But yeah, how things change. But yeah, I really miss Pattaya. To answer your question, my condo is vacant. My condo is vacant because I can't go there. I can't get the key to there, to them. I can't, like I've got a lot of stuff in there too, so I'm not able to physically get to my condo, clean it out, give a real estate agent a key to get it rented. But from what I've heard in Pattaya, right now trying to rent your condo is pretty much near impossible. So I'm sure I'm not the only one that's having the problem. I heard even people that are in Pattaya, in Thailand, are having problems renting their property. And I've been watching online, and literally, this is the wonderful thing. If you got stuck in Thailand, apparently the rentals have halved. So, you know, you could previously rent a place for like 20,000 baht. Now you could probably rent that same place for like 10 or 12,000 Thai baht, which is really awesome if you're there. Right? So, you know, I'm looking forward to the time that I can finally get back to Thailand. And I think I'll be going alone. I'm going to need, after this whole pandemic, I'm going to need at least a month, maybe 2 months of me just having a break from everyone and everything, and enjoying myself in Thailand. I really, really miss it. Absolutely. Yeah, oh my God. Dopa said Centric C goes for as much as 7,000 Thai baht, which is nothing. That's like only what's that, 230 US dollars a month for Centric C, which is a really nice high-end condominium building in central Pattaya. That is insane. I mean, at 7,000 Thai baht a month, it hardly seems worth it. You know, absolutely. It's just crazy. The other thing too is that Centric C, oh my God. They wanted, oh, thanks, Doba. That'd be awesome, mate. So Doba, you're in Pattaya now, or somewhere else in Thailand? Yeah. Lost my train of thought there. Um, yeah, but Thailand. Arr. See, like this weather in Thailand is good. You know, if I was living in Centric Sea, I could go swimming every day, you know, swimming in the pool and that sort of thing. You know, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. You know, nice facilities and great food in Thailand. I love the food there. I really love Isan. You're an Isan, mate. Yeah, well, I used to date a girl from Isan, actually, years ago now. But yeah, I used to have a girlfriend from that province in Thailand. Yep. The missus has pissed me off, mate. Tell me about it. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, women. You know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Right? Just women, mate. Women. You know, sometimes it gets all too much. I tell you now, I need a break. I need, you know, a holiday, you know, where I can just be myself for a time and have a break. and you know, me and Aryan used to do that a lot. Like, we'd take breaks. Like, I would go to Pattaya for a month or something, and then I'd come back. I'd be really happy to see her. Right? But when you got this pandemic going on, and you know, I've got, you know, siblings here. I've got like 5 people in the house now, and it's only a small house, and there's not a lot of space. You know, it's like, ugh. You know, I'm not used to this because there's so many people, you know, in the house. It's full on. Yeah, like if I had a big house, it probably wouldn't be so much of a problem, but it's hard to kind of find, you know, some privacy in the house sometimes. It gets noisy. You know, there's TVs running everywhere, and you're running air cons in every room, so, you know, it's more expensive as well. I've just been working a lot, really. Working heaps, actually. I've been doing 3 things, or 4 things, right? So my main job, YouTube, tile investing in AE, Earth2, and now Earthium, and the last one is crypto. So I've been really pushing myself a lot. Oh, 5 things, and building a house, right? So I've been doing a lot of stuff, trying to just keep busy and, you know, remain positive. But, you know, I think today I hit that wall. I was like, I need a beer. I need a beer. I'm doing too much. I'm hoping, I'm literally praying that, you know, these kind of Earth 2 tiles pick up. and I can make some money in that. Do you still own your place in Kalapandayan? My family and I used to live. Oh, you don't mean Kalapandayan, you mean Kalayaan. So I'm actually in Kalayaan now. This is where I'm living now. Most likely, I'm leaning towards selling my place here, just to free up some cash. I'm thinking of, maybe investing in the share market. Sell this and maybe invest in, good blue chip shares, with a solid dividend. Like if I can get, 5% dividend and, on a few $100,000, that'd be bloody awesome, because that'll mean I'm getting income in. So I'm either going to do that or I'm just going to rent this place. But at the moment, I'm leaning towards selling this place. It also depends how this build goes because, look, I'm a bit stressed out at the moment. I'll be honest. I got this money for the build. I put the money, I borrowed money against my house in Australia, right? And, that money is to build this house in Pundaket, right? To build the house. But this is the story, okay? The problem being, when you have money, when I have money, I should say, when I have money, I spend it. So, like, for example, I put maybe 7,000, maybe 7,000. I need to calculate. I think I'm up to about $7,000 invested in, tiles, Earth 2 and AE. And I'm about $3,000 now, close to about 140,000 peso, which is just under about $3,000 that I've invested into crypto recently, okay? So in total, I've invested $10,000, right? That money is from my build. And I'm a bit nervous because I was really, really hoping that I could get, invest this money and kind of flip it and then bring it back and put it back into the build, in the final stages so I can, then, get, better fixtures and fittings, like, buy the more expensive tiles and buy some nice storm shutters and, just things like that. And, the top high end, the best air conditioning units, for the house. I'm a little bit nervous because obviously I've taken that money from the build because I don't want to be short. I don't want to, end up living in a house that's incomplete. I'll be upset if that happens. Crypto, I almost had a heart attack. Honestly, I do feel like crypto is like a casino. I don't know how to pick it. Is it up? Is it down? I don't know. Like, it's hard. It's really hard. Like I said, I probably got in at the wrong time. I bought in at the top and I just kept buying the dip. I think I invested a total of close to $3,000. At one stage, my portfolio went down to like $1,500. Yeah. So, and now I've got this problem with my car. The engine light's on, and apparently the mechanic's saying, there's something wrong with one of the cylinders, and he can't fix it. He can't, he's not 100% sure because he doesn't have a scanning unit. He's just guessing, right? And just telling me to find a Subaru shop. And there used to be one, but not anymore. Yeah, so someone's asking, how is my Earth 2 investment? So that's the other thing. I'm hoping if crypto goes back up to like, $4,000 or $5,000, I'm going to cash that out because I need that money. I'm against the wire at the moment. It's risky business. Now on tiles, same thing. Now tiles have been not great. I'll be honest. It's been good and it's been bad, and I'll explain why. Okay, why I've been so. I'm just going to be totally honest about the Earth 2 thing. Okay, so with Earth 2, in the last 2 or 3 months, the Earth 2 dev team since the Dubai launch, it seems like Earth 2 has just been going downhill. It's not been good. It's not been good. Now, my balance is good. My balance is healthy. My balance is around $30,000. I have a healthy balance. I have $30,000 in tiles. But the problem is you can't sell them. You can't sell them right now. So the good news is today, okay, today, this is the one piece of good news that happened today. They have actually said that they are launching phase 2 this week. I am hoping that, you know, what will happen is, you know, phase 2 will come out, 2 will start booming again, and then I can cash out, say, $20,000 worth of tiles and hold, you know, $10,000 to $20,000 in cash from 2, and then hold the rest of my tiles just to see what happens in the next few years. Because who knows, one tile could, you know, go up 10 times. You never know, right? So the balance, Kapan, the balance is my 2 balance is $30,000. But I tell you now, you will not get 30,000 because you can't sell it. People are selling, but they're only able to sell if you discount heavily. Depends on the country. Like, for example, I think Singapore, you have to discount maybe 60, maybe as much as 70% discount to sell. And right now, I had a look at my account. I'm confident that I can sell for what I put in, okay? Actually, I can sell for a little bit more than what I put in because I've got some good spots. A little bit more, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 more. But, you know, the whole idea, I didn't do all this work and spend, you know, copious amounts of time and hours, you know, actually finding the best spots and buying those tiles and, you know, that sort of thing, you know, to cash out with, you know, just a little bit more than what I put in. I did, that was not my plan. Absolutely, I can get my money back and some because I got, you know, referral money, I got bonus money, not a lot, but a couple of grand. So I think I probably spent about 7,000 of my own money, and in referrals, that bonus money and all that stuff, I'm probably around about maybe $10,000. Okay, but all I'd get back now is maybe $10,000. Okay, so I'd have to discount, you know, by about 66 to 70% to sell and to actually sell it. And I could sell it right now for that. I'm sure. I'm confident. But I don't want to. I'm hoping this phase 2 comes out and I can sell it all for like 20,000 and still keep, you know, still keep a number of tiles on the system just in case it does boom in the next few years. The problem I have with Earth 2 is this. It's come to light that the dev team is very slow, extremely slow, and, you know, there's been a lot of complaints. And I've been complaining to the dev team non-stop. I've been putting the pressure on. I've been pretty upset about it because, you know, this is a really good model and I think it has legs and potentially, you know, you can make a lot of money in this if they did the right thing. But it just seems like there's just been fail after fail, you know, with Earth 2. And it all started with the Dubai launch. But look, I really don't want to talk about Earth 2 at the moment. I'm going to stop there on Earth 2. I'm just hoping, praying actually, that phase 2 comes out this week and things rebound. All right, we have a visitor. Come here, visitor. Oh, what's that in the background? Is that the cat? Come here, Aryan. Aryan's here. She's just come to visit. I'm going to drink some more of this beer. There. Why are you visiting me, huh?
I just want to show you the tripod.
Why do you want to show me the tripod?
I found it.
We found it. I've been looking for this tripod. The house is a mess. I can't find anything. I got frustrated with Aryan. I said, where's my tripod? So here it is. So I have a little pole and a table that I'm using at the moment. So it's not the best angle. But anyway, it's a bit late for that. Don't worry about it now. It's a bit late, honey.
Are you in good mood now?
Not really.
Should I hide in the room again?
Hide in the room. Come sit with me. Come sit with me.
Because
Here, you can squeeze in here. No doubt people have questions for you. Chang. Yeah, I love Chang. Actually, I think, is it I pronounce it Chang, like Chang, right?
Chang.
But I think it's pronounced Chung, right? In Thai language, I think it's like Chung beer.
It looks so dark.
What's dark?
My
You,
skin.
yeah, you're very brown. It's all the sun. That's fine. Aryan wants to be white. She used to take this little pill, this
It's a
glutathione
long time ago.
pill. You get that out of the way. Stop playing with that, right? So she used to take this pill, right? Literally, she spent, how much would you spend a month on these pills?
I can't remember. That was a long time
It's like
ago.
5,000 or 6,000 pesos. She wanted me to pay for her.
No, I never see the paper.
her gluta
You're insane.
drug addiction, because she has this addiction to these pills called glutathione, and she'd take these, and she used to have really nice white skin, and she'd work in the city in a call center, and you know that's it. You know, a lot of the girls they had to take these drugs like glutathione, and this is like a drug, seriously, and they take like, you know, different creams, and I don't know what they are, but you know, to make their skin white. But look, you look beautiful. What's wrong with brown skin? There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, better she stay brown. LBFM.
What's LBF?
I don't know. I heard it somewhere. Anyway.
What's your topic?
Vent. Just vent.
You're just venting?
Just a total vent, yeah. Oh, Arianne's been so mean to me lately. Yeah, she might be beautiful. She's beautiful on the outside. She's very dark on the inside, very mean.
What?
She's so mean.
I'm very mean to you.
She's so mean recently. Like, ever since,
Ever since what?
like, we've had a child, it's just like, oh. All I do is work. I'm serious. All I seem to do nowadays is work. And it's just like, urgh. Anyway, does she know that there are millions of women here in the US who would pay big money to be brown? Yes. Actually, that's a really good point, Joe. And I used to tell Aryan that in Australia too. Actually, in Australia, you get like this coconut oil and you go to the beach to get brown. Men and women, actually, they want to be brown, right? Whereas in Asia, they want to be white. I don't know. Still dodgy.
Who's dodgy?
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
You're dodgy?
No, you. We're talking about you. That's your nickname. Dodgy. Still dodgy. Have you been able to register for COVID vaccination in Subic? Okay, so Larry, yes, you can get the COVID here from like last week if you're over 60. So you can register, get on a list apparently, and get it if you're over 60. For over 60s at the moment, in the last week, I have seen some people get it. I'm scared to get it. I think I have to get it, but one of my mates actually sent me, who was it? Was it Brian who sent it to me? Who was it?
Brian.
Was it Brian? It was Brian. He sent me some information about this vaccination, and he was saying that, like, you know, his theory is the vaccination can make you sick and potentially kill you. So, you know, I'm kind of waiting it out. I'm going to wait it out as long as I can, because I don't want to take... I don't want to have to take the vaccine unless I have to, unless I'm really forced to. I'd prefer not to have to take it. I'm just being honest.
Brian, not the Brian that we... The Brian that we haven't met yet.
No, didn't we meet Brian?
No, we haven't met him yet.
Oh, we met Paul.
Yeah.
We met a few viewers. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know about taking it. It sounds super dodgy. You know, who knows? Maybe like you take it and, you know, there's a GPS tracker in your... Maybe you take it and it kills you in a year. Maybe it kills millions of people. But how do we know? You know, how do we know the effects? You could become a zombie. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not traveling at the moment, so I don't want to take it. I'm not going to take it unless I have to. So when travel opens up, I probably will take it because I have to. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just drink SMB, you know, that's the cure. That's the cure. Just hook it to my veins. Oh, look, there's so many different brands. I forget which brand he said, but he said there's one brand in particular just stay away from. Yeah, maybe it was Sinovac. Maybe it was, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's my day. Just, you know, living my life here in the Philippines. You know, dealing with her. You know, putting up with this woman.
You feel better after venting out?
Oh, it wasn't a big vent. Oh, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't scathing, you know, so I don't know. I feel a little bit better now that I've had a beer, right? And yeah, it's all right. Yeah. So you want to say something, babe? What do you want to say?
Nothing. I was just about to hand you over this
Come on, say something. What do you want to talk about? How's your week been?
Very slow.
It's slow. What do you mean by slow?
Nothing to like, not as busy as you are.
Yeah.
But I have been productive. Like
You have?
yesterday.
Did
and
you make any YouTube videos?
No, but I
No.
went. No, I went to the site. I did. It was productive when I went there.
She has been going to the site and
And
doing some
then-
good things because I'm working a lot and I can't be there all the time. So I'm going sometimes. We all go sometimes. You know, Aryan will go sometimes, and then Brian's also been going. So it's been good that we're all kind of a group in this, and we can all go down there and just see what's happening. And the biggest thing, and this is the thing, okay, the biggest thing when you're building here in the Philippines, okay, you really need to see what's going on, right? Because you need to make sure that, like Aryan moved the wall, she knocked down a wall because she wasn't happy with it. You need to make sure that, it's built the way that you want it. So it's kind of different than, like in Australia, you just hire a builder, you get a fixed price contract, and they just do it for you. So it's more hands-on here in the Philippines, to make sure you get exactly what you want. But building your dream house is challenging, and honestly, we will be lucky to survive this. Seriously.
Someone told me like, oh, you should have filmed the what's that like the drama footage. Like literally every Saturday we argue about. We have arguments every Saturday. We have drama
Every Saturday, like
Yeah.
every second day, I would say.
No, about this side we have drama every week.
Almost every day.
No, not every day.
Yeah, so, it is challenging. Look, in the end, I think it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I'm sure I'm going to be stoked with, the end result. I'm definitely going to be really, really happy. And I get to live my dream of living on the beach. So I'm excited about that. But it's all a bit too much. I think I need to slow down. So my hope is, I can get some money out of Earth2, get some money out of crypto, make that money, bring it back to the build, and not have to think so much, like, because I'm just running around from here to there chasing my tail. And when you're doing so many things, when I'm doing those many things, I feel like I'm very thinly spread. And, look, what's been happening is it's affecting my health. Like, it was about 2 months ago, and I just said, stuff the health thing, because I was, doing really well. I got down to 92 kilos, and, I was walking a lot. I was playing squash. I was trying to swim a lot, and, I was doing really well. I was 115 kilos. I got down to 92 kilos. I'm now back up to 99 kilos. So I put on 7 kilos in the last 8 weeks. So every week I put on another kilo. And that's just what it is. When I get thrown into my work, right, I just work. I just focus. I'm like just like a mongoose. Just grab it, right? And that's my focus. Laser eyes, okay? And, I'll just eat junk. I was like, babe, Ruby, cook me some food, man. I need some chocolate. I need some snacks. I need this, and actually it's the sugar. It is the sugar. It's I've realized sugar is absolute poison. It's like a drug, right? And when I wasn't having sugar, it was all good. But just with everything that's going on and the stress, I got to the point where I was like, right. And I think it all started with maybe just like, I had a coffee and I wanted real sugar in my coffee. And then I wanted a biscuit with, a sugary biscuit with my coffee, right? In the morning. That's how it started. And then it was downhill from there. And then, I haven't been doing the fitness stuff because I've just been focusing on work. I've been literally working and then doing YouTube and then doing tiles or crypto at nights. And yeah, it's gotten a bit much, and I'm just a bit nervous especially a bit nervous around the crypto. Actually, I'm probably more confident that I can get my money out of the tiles at the moment than the crypto. I wasn't. I was actually more confident on crypto, but now that they've just launched, they're saying they're going to launch phase 2 this week. I'm definitely more confident on that. Crypto, I just feel like it is a casino, and it reminds me of Forex. It reminds me of, like I feel like I'm in a casino. I just put money in it. It's just like up and down. Like it could go up, it could go down, and rah, rah, rah. I have been listening. I have been doing a lot of research. I joined a few, communities. Hold, hold all,
Yeah.
right? Hodl, right? So I'm holding, right? So I'm gonna hold, my crypto, and I hope, I can make some money with that.
I notice you get very grumpy when you're doing crypto as
I
well.
get, I tell you why I got really, really angry. I was very grumpy with crypto, and I have not had a good time with crypto. I'll tell you why. I knew, right? Have you've been at a horse track and you go to bet on that horse and you just miss the cutoff and your horse wins, but you're not on it. So potentially you lose. You could have won $1,000, but actually you didn't get your bet on and you lose. That's what happened to me with crypto. Literally, I was listening in the crypto groups. I've joined Aussie crypto group, and they were saying buy the dip, and I did that. But what kept happening is it would dip, and I was like, I want to buy here, but I had to wait because of this stupid process. I can't instantly get money on here in the Philippines. It just drives me wild how I can't do that here. And it would already rebound, and then I'd end up buying here rather than here. If I could get my money on instantly like that, no problem. No problem. I would have been fine. How many pawn shops did you go to for me to try and fund instantly?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, 5. So she went,
So-
I actually sent her into 5 different places, and I looked at different places, and she sent her auntie to different locations. Like, I think between Aryan and me and auntie, we went to 10 different places that supposedly you can fund instantly here in the Philippines. They all say, oh, we don't have, we can't do it. Sorry, Po. I'm like, this just drives me crazy. I think now, to be fair though, with crypto, the last day, things have improved. We had a big kind of jump up. And because I've been, what's the word for it? Dollar price averaging, right? I think it is. I've been buying this, so if I bought at $10 and I bought at $5, then the actual average is 7.5, for example. So I think the average I have on doggy coin, I'm holding about 2,000 doggy coins, for example, and I've got quite a few different types of coins. But just for example, I think I have 2,200 coins, and I think the average I'm probably sitting at is about maybe 42, 43 cents. So I've still got a while to go just to get dollar cost average. That's what I was looking for, right? I've still got a while to go just to get my money back. So I have not been lucky with crypto. I did try and buy the dip. I'm telling you, if I bought the dip and pumped all the money in, I've got more money sitting there to buy that dip. It's sitting there now, but I haven't been able to use it because I can't get it, and I don't want to buy in right now because I was hoping for that dip, and now it's already gone back up. So it didn't really work out for me, right? The other thing too is the Abra app that I'm using is really limited. Okay, someone's got a very noisy bike there, right? It's very, very limited. So like you can set up a notification and it will notify you on your phone when it reaches the price that you want. Okay, so that's cool. But unlike, because I used to trade years ago, but unlike what's it, it's MT4. I think I used to use MT4 years ago. You could actually set up like buy and sell limits. I can't do that with this app. I can't automate it because what I would have done is just set up like a buy order, right? So when it reaches like 30 cents for doggy, it buys 1,000 doggies or something like that, or 2,000 doggies, for example, right? You can't do that. And like I said, with Binance and these different things, like I joined these different groups, like the Aussie crypto group, people are like, join Binance, join this thing. And fuck off. These crypto, like these big firms like Binance and stuff, it's fine if you're an American, it's fine if you're in the Western world. It's not okay if you're here in the Philippines. Because if you're registering here, they won't allow you to fund. So I signed up, I spent hours on each, like 2 or 3 hours on each different site, like Binance or Coinbase or whatever. I tried Coinbase Pro as well. I think I tried Kraken. I tried a number of them. Because you're a Philippine resident, as a Filipino, and I'm not, but I'm a resident, even though I'm a resident, they will not allow me to fund. So I can't use it. So what's the point of signing up? Why do they even get me to sign up and spend hours trying to, deal with their stupid thing? Like one site like Coinbase, oh my God, I hate Coinbase. It's so bad, right? Get this, right? Coinbase, I signed up, I sent them my ID, I sent them all this stuff, and then nothing, right? So I go to like a chat. Is there a chat function? There's nothing. And then I get this message because I couldn't fund. And I was like, what's going on? And, I get this message after searching through the help function or whatever. It says, we do not allow for email or phone support for our region, for the Philippines, for all of Asia, apparently. So they do not support. So I can't call them. I can't get service. They don't want to serve me, right? So I think it has something, to be fair, I think it has something to do with maybe AML, terrorism or something like that, like anti-money laundering or something. They don't want, people in Asia, because we're dodgy here in Asia, right, to actually fund their accounts and do it. Maybe it has something to do with AML. Probably more likely it's just government and compliance and tax, and that's probably what it really is, but something like that. Like I said, the only two providers I could find, very limited services, are Abra and Coins PH. I can't fund instantly, which is a real pain. Actually, I also tried funding with my credit card, and I was willing because I really wanted to buy that dip at the very low, and I almost got it, right? Had I been able to fund with my credit card, I actually cleared my credit card, and then I went to do it, but even they won't accept my credit card, right? There's some problem with the credit card because I'm signed up as a Filipino, and my credit card is an Australian credit card, and I can't use it. Go figure, right? Because maybe they're thinking it's dodgy, and it's not Abra. It's not Abra. It's my bank. So I called them. I called the bank. I spent an hour on the phone. I'm like, man, I want to fund my account. I want to buy this thing. I want to use my credit card to fund my crypto. They won't let me. I was like, it's not your money. It's my credit card. Why won't you let me? They wouldn't actually let me do it. And they said, oh, for that site or something, it's an instant block. It just blocks it. You can't do it. Probably the bank, again, something to do with AML or whatever. I can't use my credit card. I was even willing to pay the 7% fee to get my money on. And even at the 7-Eleven, where it takes, average 2 days to fund your account via click, that's a 2% fee. So there are a lot of fees with, obviously, crypto. And I think when I withdraw, I think I'll have to pay a further fee as well. I haven't withdrawn yet. I'd like to withdraw.
How do you withdraw?
You just withdraw, honey. Just don't ask that question. Right. Oh my God. I haven't withdrawn yet. Why are you asking me this question? I just lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
How do you withdraw? Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm not saying. Because you're in the Philippines, they might give you another issue.
You just withdraw.
Okay.
You click withdraw. You withdraw it, right? You withdraw it to your bank account. It sends it to your bank account. That's how it should work. I mean, that's a silly question. How do you withdraw? You click the button. Pete, it's dough, like saying G. Dough. What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about doggy. Dodgy coin or doughy coin.
Doughy coin.
Is that what you mean, doughy coin? No, I call it doggy coin. Man, it's got a picture of a dog. You know, you got all these memes around, and you
Teach me
know,
how to talk.
and teach me how to dog it. And we're joking. I'm like, I've got Quark in the room, my dog, and I was like, come on, dog. You know, I'm going to bet on the dog. You know, I love my dog, so you know, I'm a dog person. Oh, I've got an itchy nose. It's a bit, might be the just the weather.
It's like sauna here.
Yeah. Yeah, she said it's like a sauna here. Like literally, like look at this. My head is glistening. It's like probably 9 o'clock now, and it's still hot. It still feels like it's 35 degrees here. It must be. It's so hot.
You're looking hot in the sauna.
What are you talking about? You're saying some weird stuff tonight. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, God. So, I think you mean Dogecoin. Dogecoin. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it's, how you say it, Dogecoin. But doggy just sounds cooler. Pyramid all over again. What do you mean by that? Yeah, so look, my experience with crypto hasn't been great. I wish I had more money to buy the dip. Right, but I don't. I'm tapped out. Hopefully, you know, things will turn around on crypto. I'm going to stick at it. At first, in the first day, I was just pissed off. I was like, because I lost like 50%. I caught the crash. I bought at the very top. I think Cardano I bought $2.30, $2.30 maybe, like the very top. Doggy, hate to think what I paid for Doggy when I bought at the top. But it was like the worst timing, the worst luck, right? So I just think I was very unlucky. I almost sold. And I was like, oh, just realized a loss. You know, at one stage I think I was losing $1,000, and I was like, I'll just take the $1,000, you know, on the chin. But in the end, I did join the crypto groups, and people like hold out, just hold. You know, it'll come good, and it has. And it has. I can't get all my money back, but I can get most of it back at the moment. Yeah, I look, I don't love the weather here. I'm not going to lie. It is super, super hot in summer, and then we have typhoon season, right? It's full on. When I'm going to the beach, yeah, I love the warm weather. I love it. So I'll probably love it more when I'm down in Pundakit. But I'm telling you, this has been a pretty awful, hot, muggy summer. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're going to wrap up. I'm going to finish my beer. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching today. And sorry I haven't been doing so many vlogs. I will make an effort. I just needed to, you know, with everything going on and the crypto crash and everything going on, oh, hold on. Thomas has something to say. Mind-wise, mentally is going downhill past 12 months. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt. I think things are definitely going to get better. I know they're going to get better. Like when we finally move into the house, you know, we're going to feel like $1 million. Really, we're going to feel great. We're going to feel awesome. You know, I'm going to be waking up early in the morning. I already do wake up early, but I'm going to go swimming every morning, right? Every single morning, you know? So that's what I'm looking forward to doing, you know, being a bit more healthy and, you know, not being so stressed out, mate, you know, like just trying to do too much, you know. And Ben's the Hunter. How you going, Ben's? How you going? So Ben's the Hunter has his own channel. I actually saw Ben's in Olongapo. Actually, I was in my Jeep. And, that's the other thing that went bad today. I can't start my Jeep. I couldn't start my Jeep, you know. So, yeah, Ben's the Hunter. He has his own YouTube channel. Go over, check him out. He's a cool guy. He's got some cool vlogs too. If you're wanting to see, you know, more of like the Filipino side of, you know, Olongapo, he's got some really great videos of, you know, what's going on. You know, from the Filipino perspective. He's a cool guy. I met him in Olongapo. I was sitting in the Jeep one day and he stopped in his car. He said, "Hey, man, you're Mr. Property Club. What's up, man?" I was like, "Yeah, cool, dude." Yeah, so awesome. Anyway, I'm going to finish this beer. Let's do it. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Pete.
And Aryan.
from the property club. I'm going to go pass out. Double thumbs up.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye for now. Bye bye. Have a good night.
Good
Stay
night,
safe.
everyone.